My name is Richard Roper. I'm the Managing Director of JLT Employee Benefit Solutions. I'm here with Martin Freeman, one of our directors, and we're going to be discussing auto-enrolment. Martin, what have our experiences of auto-enrolment been so far?
Well, I guess the headline is that auto-enrolment works, that you can run a successful auto-enrolment project, come out the other end, do staging, get people enrolled, handle opt-outs, and live to tell the tale. To an extent, you could say the early success has come at a price, which has been that it's been quite hard work. It's taken a lot of time and effort to make these projects a success. But the good news for people who haven't yet staged is that the early stages have suffered so that the ones that come after them don't need to. They've been the guinea pigs, if you like. And now we have worked through lots of the practical issues and resolved the sorts of things that will come up time and time again with auto-enrolment. I guess the other thing that we've learned and that has surprised us, that in the first few months at least of auto-enrolment, that universally opt-out rates have been much, much lower than anybody had been expecting. Everybody had been talking around 30, 40, 50% even opt-out rates, whereas we've seen lots of sub 10% and nothing really more than 20s. Whether that will continue, time will tell.
And from the projects we've done so far, what have been our key learning experiences?
I guess there's three things that I would draw out from our experience of auto-enrolment projects so far. Keeping it simple, preparing early, and getting help. Keeping it simple is about working with the grain of auto-enrolment and not against it. So not trying to shoehorn existing processes into new regulations, or not trying to come up with very complicated, clever ways of bending the regulations in some way, but just going with them. Preparing early is really about making sure that things don't creep out of the woodwork at the last minute when they can become quite stressy. Most things you can deal with given enough time. So make sure the data is right, make sure your communications are agreed, make sure that all the anomalies, the strange way that a particular group of people might get paid, back pay and arrears, things like that are all dealt with and known about up front. That really, really helps. And then finally, which isn't a huge surprise for a pensions consultant to say you should use a pension consultant, but it really does work. We've had a number of clients come to us in various degrees of distress, having tried to roll their own solutions and then found out that it's quite time consuming and more complicated than they'd anticipated, and get to their staging date with a number of questions still unanswered. We've come across those questions before, we know how to answer them quickly, so using a consultant that's got a wide experience of auto-enrolment can really help to fast track your project.
And how can JLT help employers through auto-enrolment?
In many ways. We developed a 5-step auto-enrolment framework which helps clients go from essentially a blank sheet of paper to their staging date in a very robust, controlled, structured way. And we've used it very successfully with many clients now, and we can adapt it to suit clients' individual needs. Secondly, we've developed BenPal, our benefit management platform, so that it supports auto-enrolment. So that means that BenPal can handle all your auto-enrolment processing. That means postponement, assessment, deduction calculations, enrolment, opt-ins, opt-outs, communications, the lot. And that can be a very, very cost-effective, simple way of making sure that you can implement auto-enrolment from an operational perspective.
Martin, thanks very much for that.
Thank you very much, it's been a pleasure.